probably should iron this fabric first before I start embroidering, but I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna start off again with these leaves, but this time instead of doing leaf stitch, I'm gonna try doing a fishbone because I like the texture better. Oh my god, look at that! Isn't the texture so pretty? That's definitely the best leaf I've ever made. Here's how the first leaf is looking. I kind of went way out of the lines for this one, but that's okay because I really like how it came out. It's like 3D almost. And here's how the progress is after day one. I put in about 2 hours today. Woke up early today and put in about half an hour before work. It is another hour in, and I'm officially sick of doing French knots. But I did manage to finish this flower, so I think it's good. I'll call it a day. Today I'm gonna try to work on this pink flower, but instead of like 2 strands of satin stitching, I'm gonna try to do like really blended silk stitching. I've never done it before, so we'll see how it turns out. So I watched one video this morning on silk stitching. And basically, the most important thing I got out of it is that we need good values. Basically, like going from light to dark. And these are the colors I'm working with. I don't know if I'm gonna use this yellow color yet, but I feel like the jump from the pink to the white is too stark, so maybe that yellow would help blend out. I wish I had a lighter pink, but I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. I can already tell by just using one single strand of thread, I've got way more control about the direction it goes. So I think this looks way better than using multiple strands. Here is how it's looking after adding in the shadow colors. I'm still undecided if I want to use yellow or white for the highlights. I'm kind of leaning more towards white. Okay, I lied. I ended up going with the light yellow color instead. I can't really tell though, the lighting kind of sucks in my apartment after 6, so I'll have to wait until tomorrow morning to finish it up, I guess. Here's another quick little update. The technique I'm using to try to blend these colors in is called short stitch, long stitch. And like the name says, you basically just alternate doing shorter stitches with longer stitches, and then when it feeds into the other color, it sort of tricks your eyes into thinking it's nice and blended. So that's what I'm working on right now. And here's the result after adding in my mid-tone shade. I've gone ahead and finished up the inside of the first flower. It took a really long time, but I'm happy with how the silk stitching came out. Put in a couple more hours after work and got some more leaves done. I am home for the holidays, but brought my project with me, so here's what the setup's looking like. I think I'm gonna do this second flower today. So let me work on that. Another hour, another flower. Okay, today I started working on this flower right here. I'm doing silk stitching again, and I think I've got some sort of technique down. First I go in with the darker colors, then I'll go in with the mid-tones, and finish off with my highlight color. We'll see how it turns out. Here's the mid-tones all filled in. I think my aim's getting better, like the direction of the thread. I really like how this section came out. So now I'm going to go in, probably fill in a couple more blank spots I see here, and maybe put in some highlights. And the next flower is done. Started working on the first white flower. Also, is it just me, or is it really difficult to get good coverage using a lighter thread? I found I've had to double up and use satin stitching in order to cover all the fabric. Here's the latest update. I went ahead and finished this white flower right here. I'm really happy with how the satin stitching came out on this one. I'm probably going to take a break before I finish this final flower and just finish up these leaves and little stems here. Now I'm down to the last flower. It is the next day and I'm just about done halfway with this last flower. I went in first with my shadow color. Now I'm filling in the white. Then I just have to do the middle and I'll be done. And here it is all complete. I'm really happy with how the satin stitching came out on all the flowers. My favorite is probably this orange flower in the center here. I thought the blending of the colors went really well. And of course the leaves too. Got to try out the fishbone stitch. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out.